Hello, welcome to Trees, Crafts, and More. My name is Teresa, and today we're going to be making a spring wreath. So I have a foam ring that I purchased at the dollar store. I also got several different succulent plants. Now on the succulent plants, there's a wire that goes to about here with this plastic coating on it. So I took wire cutters and I basically pulled it off from up here with the wire cutters and pulled the plastic right off. The wires still be sticking out. And then I took the wire cutters and I left about 1 inch of wire on. I just broke it off, kept twisting with it like this. And so I have several of those. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to push this in here. And like I said, I did the wires about 1 inch on all of them. You don't want it to come back out through the back end, of course. So I really feel that's going to be loose too. So I am also going to have a cereal box down to protect my table, and I'm going to stick that in there to help secure it in. So the next thing I have is some plastic eggs. They're called eggs picks, and I got them at the dollar store, and there's 10 in a package, and they have the long stick on there, and I don't want it that long, so I'm gonna cut off and leave about 1 inch on there, and it's going to flip all the way across my floor. I'll get that in a second, otherwise my dogs will eat it. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna stick this in here. So when you're doing these, and I stuck it in, it actually busted through one of them that I had through the top. So I went ahead and I got a toothpick and I pushed the hole in first before I actually pushed the next egg in. So when it busts through the top of the egg as I was pushing it down in, it came out of here. Also, the tip that I took off, this also you can use it to make a hole with first. And I'm also going to put a dab of hot glue in the hole to secure this one. Trying to get it off the leaf. So now I have some of their flowers from the dollar store, which I pulled the stem out, and I'll use this end to stick in here. I'm going to go ahead and make a hole where I want it. I'm also going to pull it back out now. Put a dab of hot glue over the hole. Stick the flower back in it to secure it. So there's that. Pull it back out. I'm going to put a dab of glue in it. Last year I did a spring wreath, and I did flowers, and everybody seems to like these succulent plants from the dollar store. So I thought, why not make a wreath with them? And especially since I saw that they had some colors that weren't just green and plant green, I thought, well, it kind of added some pastel colors in there. So there's what I've got so far. So I've done the succulent, the flower, and the egg, and this one. And so I want to add into it, I have lavender bunnies, and I have blue ones for the headbands. Got these at the dollar store. My dog's gonna start growling and barking at somebody going by. Okay, good, she stopped. Anyway, so these are on the wire. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to pull it off of there. So I'm taking one of the skewers that I cut off from the Easter egg, or the piece that's left. I'm going to turn it back over. I'm going to add some glue. I'm just going to glob it in right there at the back by the tail. I'm going to stick the skewer into there so it gets hot glued to the back of the bunny. And I'm going to let that dry so it can get hard. Alright, so now it's hardened, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my wire cutters again, and I'm going to cut it off about 1 inch. I'm going to go ahead and take this other piece that's left over, and I want to jab it down in there about 1 inch. See if that fits, because I didn't want to bust the bunny off. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put hot glue in the hole, or over the hole. I'm going to stick the bunny in it. And if the spring goes down in there a little bit, that's okay too. So, sorry about that. I need to get a better angle of the wreath so you can see what it's looking like. So that'll be sticking out on the spring. Alrighty. Okay, so I made a hole with a piece of the egg, the stick I cut off again. I'm going to put glue in the hole. Go. And now I'm going to do a flower. And I'm going to go ahead and punch it in. Oh, that one doesn't want to punch in like the other flower so much. So I'm going to do it with a skewer first. Okay, and pull it back out. Making sure I like it how it looks, and I'm going to put the glue on the hole again. I think I need to get another glue stick, and I'm going to stick it back in there. So that's what we have so far. Alright, so as you can see I have 2 holes here, but I didn't like where it was on the other hole, so I made a different one. I got a different succulent. I'm going to go ahead and push this down in here. And what I did was I pushed, because it's a metal one, I can push hard with that one. I pushed it in to see if that's where I liked where it was. And that's when I decided that it needed to be moved over just a hair. So I have that one. So you got this so far. Okay, so at this point I've already filled in everything. I'm gonna put some more on here, just a little bit, I think. I did it in like a order: succulent flower, egg, succulent flower, egg, and then throwing in the bunnies every so often. I have 4 on here, and I went ahead and I wrapped some twine around here. And now I want to see. So I have this. Let me adjust my camera a little bit here. So I decided not to add anything else onto it. I was thinking about adding these little carrots to it, but I think there's enough on it. So there you have the final project, and I hope you like this. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Bye!